Hey guys, we're back. Let's talk about online home values, listing photos that look too good to be true, and one situation that's completely legal here in California, but can really hurt you if you don't understand how it works. This is part 2 of 20 truths your Bay Area realtor isn't telling you, and we're picking up right where we left off. This next 5 are things I see all the time. Zestimates throwing sellers off, buyers falling in love with photos instead of the actual house, and agents telling sellers what they want to hear just to land the listing. I'll even break down why dual agency sounds simple but can get really complicated. If you're buying or selling in today's Bay Area market, this is the kind of info that can save you real money and a ton of frustration. Okay, let's jump in. Let's talk about Zestimates, Redfin estimates, and all those other online home valuations. They're quick, they're flashy, and they make it feel like you know what your home's worth. But here's the truth, those numbers are often way off. It can't keep up with a changing market. Like in the market we're seeing in the Bay Area right now, where prices are adjusting, demand is softening, and activity varies block to block. Those online estimates can seriously lag behind what's actually happening on the ground. Zillow or Redfin might be pulling comps from 6 months ago, but if demand has dropped or buyer behavior has shifted, that $1.6 million estimate might really be just 1.4 today. You see where this becomes a problem? When sellers rely on outdated or inflated estimates, they often overprice, sit on the market, and then have to drop the price just to get attention. That's not only frustrating, it can also cost you real money. This is why you need a realtor by your side. An experienced local agent understands what buyers are paying for right now, how your upgrades or your layout compares to recent sales, the impact of inventory levels and interest rates on pricing, and how to price strategically to generate real offers, not just online views. So while online tools are fine for getting the ballpark, don't let them be your pricing guide. The market changes fast, especially in the Bay Area, and algorithms don't walk the homes, talk to buyers, or negotiate offers. We do. We all love great photos. They're what gets buyers in the door. But let's be real, some listing photos are more like filters than facts. In today's market, especially here in the Bay Area, homes are marketed like products, and the photography game is strong. Sometimes a little too strong. If you're a seller, don't overdo it. What I mean by this is, yes, definitely get professional photos. If your house is vacant, you can even do virtual staging, but completely transforming your home into something it's not, that's a big mistake. I once saw a show before on TV. It's one of those reality TV real estate agents. One of the agents had a listing, and that listing was this old house in a great location. He posted pictures of the interior that was completely photoshopped to look like a completely remodeled home. Now, I know these shows are scripted, so I'm not sure if he was really that naive or they just made it look that way. The point is, the property that he was selling looked completely different from what he posted online. He got tons of complaints from everyone. You see, over-edited photos might get you more clicks online, but they also lead to disappointment when buyers walk through the door. That disconnect can kill deals fast. And I've seen it happen. Buyers walk in, take one look and say, "This looks nothing like the pictures." Now you've lost credibility and maybe even the sale. Also, misrepresentation can get you into legal trouble. If you're hiding flaws or exaggerating features in your listing, that can come back to bite you. Now, if you're a buyer, you need to look beyond the glamour shots. You have to remember that listing photos are marketing tools, not inspection reports. If a photo is weirdly cropped, skips certain rooms, or looks like from a real estate magazine ad, take that with a grain of salt. Always do a walkthrough, even if it's virtual. Ask your agent for a video tour if you're buying from out of the area. Photos don't tell the full story. The bottom line, great marketing gets buyers into the door. Honest marketing gets the home sold. And if you're a buyer, don't fall in love with the photos until you've seen the place with your own eyes. Okay, next up, number 8. Here in California, it's legal for one agent to represent both the buyer and the seller in a transaction. That's called dual agency, and on paper, it might sound efficient. One point of contact, smoother communication, fewer people involved. It's a legal balancing act and it's tricky. But when it comes to negotiating price, repairs, or contract terms, it can start to feel like no one is truly in your corner. Here's an example for you. Let's say an agent wrote an offer for their own buyer. This agent knows what the seller is willing to take, and they also know what the buyer is willing to pay. In both cases, the agent cannot share that information with the other party. That's a big no-no. This next one makes me scratch my head when sellers go for it. And that is listing agents overpricing the listing just to win it. I wish more sellers realize this upfront. Not every high price you hear is realistic. Some of it is just bait. In slower or uncertain markets like we're seeing in parts of the Bay Area, some agents will tell you exactly what you want to hear just to get the listing. They'll throw out a big number to win your trust, lock you into a contract, and then nothing. The home sits, you get frustrated, and suddenly they're asking for price reductions. Now, why do agents do this? Well, it's simple. They want to get the listing. They want the sign on the yard. They want the online exposure, even if it means the price is totally unrealistic. As the saying goes, there's no such thing as bad publicity, only publicity. Here's what I hear from sellers after the fact. I wish I had gone with the agent who gave me the honest number instead of the highest one. And I get it. It's tempting. You think maybe they know something the others don't. But more often than not, they're just telling you what you want to hear until market reality sets in. What overpricing actually does is you lose your best window. That's the first 7 to 10 days on the market when buyer interest is really high. You could attract the wrong buyers, or worse, none at all. You end up chasing the market down with price drops, which hurts your leverage. Hey, look, if you're questioning their number, ask for the data, not just a price. You want recent local comps and a strategy behind their number. Compare the comps that they're using versus the other agents. Be cautious of flattery. If one price is way out of line with the others, ask why. The bottom line is you don't want an agent that just says yes. You want someone who tells you the truth, even when it's a little uncomfortable, because that's who's going to help you sell for the most money in the end. Okay, moving on to number 10. Some sellers think that staging is just fluffing the pillows or putting a vase of flowers. But I'll tell you this, smart staging can actually change how much buyers are willing to offer. And I wish more sellers realize just how powerful of a tool this really is. Staging isn't just about the looks. It's about creating an emotional response. It helps buyers picture themselves living in the home. It highlights your home's best features, downplays the flaws, and makes the space feel larger, warmer, and more functional. Hey, if you want proof how important staging is, look at home builders. You go into any new community, and what do they all have in common? Builders spend thousands of dollars staging their model homes every single time. And why? Because they know it helps homes sell faster and for more money. They don't just wing it. They don't rely on empty rooms. They invest in staging because it works. So if the builders who are in the business of selling homes aren't skipping staging, neither should you. And here's what I've seen in the Bay Area. Staged homes get more traffic and more offers. Buyers feel more emotionally attached and less critical. It's been proven that a well-staged home sells faster. I've had buyers walk into a staged home and they say, "This just feels right." That's not accidental. That's good staging doing its work. And here's another pro tip. You don't have to go all out with luxury staging either. Sometimes a little rearranging, some decluttering, and a few strategic pieces can do the trick. Hey, by the way, to help with that, I've got a full video about staging and decluttering, even if you're doing it yourself. Check it out in the link in the description below, or probably it's over here. And if you want a simple checklist to guide you, I've also created a free self-staging guide you can download right now. The bottom line, great staging makes buyers fall in love. And when buyers fall in love, they make stronger offers. All right, that wraps up our tips 6 through 10 of the 20 truths I wish more Bay Area buyers and sellers knew. If you made it this far, you already know this market isn't easy And there's a lot most people just aren't being told. But the more you understand, the better you can protect yourself, your time, and your money. Now, I've still got 10 more to go, and some of the biggest surprises are in the next batch. We're talking about open houses and who they really benefit. Why working with a part-time agent could cost you more than you think. And one thing buyers skip that almost always come back to bite them. So make sure, please, you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss when part 3 drops. And if you're getting your home ready, don't forget to check the description below for a free self-staging guide and my video on how to make your place look like a model home without spending a ton. I'm Mac Rogers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on part 3.